Hello friends, in this video lecture we shall discuss about the potential at a charged conductor in a group of charged conductors. Then later on we shall calculate what is the capacitance of a single phase 2-wire overhead transmission line. Let us begin here. We have n number of conductors. Okay, A, B, C, D, E and up to N. Consider a group of long straight conductors A, B, C, D, E up to N. There are N number of conductors which are having charges of Q1, Q2 up to Qn coulombs per meter length respectively. That is, conductor A will be having a charge Q1, B will be having a charge Q2, C will be having charge Q3. Similarly, conductor N will be having a charge Qn coulombs. Now, the potential of conductor A due to its own charge Q1 is given by all conductors will be having a radius of R. Okay, and the charge is extended up to infinity. So we have to integrate from R to infinity. And what is the charge on conductor A? Q1. So Q1 by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x volts. So this is the potential of conductor A due to its own charge. Now let us calculate what is the potential of on conductor A due to charge Q2. Okay, Q2 is with respect to conductor B. Okay, so what is the distance between A and B? D1. Now integration of D1 to infinity Q2 by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x volts. Since the field due to charge Q2 extend from infinity up to distance D1 from the conductor A, therefore it has been taken from D1 to infinity. Similarly, potential of conductor A due to charge Q3 of conductor C placed at a distance D2 meters from conductor A is given by integration D2 to infinity Q3 by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x volts. So the potential of conductor A due to charge Qn of conductor N placed at a distance of dn minus 1 meters from the conductor A is given by integration dn minus 1 to infinity Qn by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x volts. So the overall potential difference between conductor A and infinite distant neutral plane is given by VAN is equal to summation of all these things, that is integration from R to infinity Q1 by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x plus integration D1 to infinity Q2 by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x plus integration D2 to infinity and so on and so forth up to d integration of dn minus 1 to infinity Qn by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x. Okay, which we can write it as the same equation QVAN. This is the potential difference from the surface of the conductor A to infinite distant plane. Okay, which is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught 1 by 2 pi epsilon is taken common. Okay, and interpret Q1 dx by x. What is dx by x? Natural log. Okay, integration is R to infinity. Therefore, what you can write is upper limit minus lower limit, log of infinity minus log of r, plus q2 log of infinity minus log of d1, so on and so forth you can write. So plus qn log of infinity minus log of dn minus 1. So here this log infinity is common for all, so that is taken common, log infinity into bracket q1 plus q2 and up to qn, plus here you look at this, q1 is multiplied with log minus log of r, right? So you apply logarithmic formula, so what you will get is minus q1 log r can be written as q1 log of 1 by r. Similarly, this minus sign is negated by using 1 by r, d1, 1 by log 1 by d1 becomes plus, so that is plus q2 log of 1 by d1 and so on and so forth, qn plus, log of 1 by dn minus 1. Okay, assuming balanced load, that is all the summation of all the charges becomes equal to 0. So this term becomes 0. Okay, this terms becomes 0. If this becomes 0, okay, then what we will get is VAN is equal to 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught Q1 log of 1 by R plus Q2 log of 1 by D1 plus Q3 log of 1 by D2 and so on and so forth, Qn log of 1 by D minus 1 volts. Okay, this is the potential difference. Okay. With this, we will now calculate what is the capacitance of a single phase overhead line. Okay, we have two conductors having the same diameter d or same radius r. Okay, conductor A and conductor B. Q is the charge on conductor A minus Q is the charge on conductor B. If you remember, while calculating inductance, what we have taken was I is the current flowing through conductor A and conductor B is a return path for the I. That means what is the current flowing through B was minus I. Similarly, here also the charge on conductor A is Q and charge on the conductor B is minus Q. Okay, and the conductors A and B are spaced at a distance d from each other. Okay, let us understand this. Consider a single phase overhead line with two parallel conductors, each of radius r meters, placed at a distance of d meters in air. It is assumed that the distance d dash between the conductors is large. Okay, obviously this distance is very large as compared to the radius of this conductor. Okay, the distance d between the conductors is large in comparison to the radii of the conductors. Therefore, the density of charge on either conductor will be practically unaffected by the charge on the other conductor and will therefore be uniform throughout the length. Okay, so the charge on this conductor is not affected by the charge on this conductor and vice versa, because the distance is very large. If you you have studied about the concept of duality, right, in network theory. Concept of duality, if you remember, what is the duality of a resistance? Conductance, right? And duality of inductance is capacitance, right? So in uh, inductance, you have permittivity. I mean, you can say permeability. Here you have permittivity. Here you have a charge Q. There you have current I. Okay, so this is perfect duality. So a uniformly distributed charge on a conductor acts as though it is concentrated on the conductor axis. Therefore, for the purpose of our present analysis, it is assumed that the charge plus q coulombs on conductor A and minus q coulombs on conductor B are concentrated at the centers of the two conductors, which are separated from each other by d meters. So potential difference between conductor A and a neutral infinite plane is given by VAN is equal to integration r to infinity q by 2 epsilon naught d by dx plus integration d to infinity, because this is conductor A and this is conductor B, right? So the charge on the conductor B is minus q. So minus q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught dx by x, which is given by q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught logarithmic infinity plus log of 1 by r. Actually, it should be minus r, but you know, as it has been taken 1 by r, this minus has been negated with a plus. Okay, is it replaced? So minus, now it has taken minus. Okay, log of infinity plus log of d, so which is equal to q by 2 pi epsilon naught log of d by r. Similarly, the potential difference between the conductor B and neutral infinite plane is VBN. This is the potential difference because of the charge on the conductor B, and this is because of the charge on the conductor A, right? Same here. So this is, what is the charge on the conductor B? Minus q. What is the charge on the conductor A? Q. So which we can write it as, after simplification we'll get q dot minus q dot by 2 pi epsilon naught log of d by r volts. Okay, natural log. So the potential difference between the conductor A and B is equal to VAB, which is equal to VAN minus VBN. So VAN is q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught natural log of d by r minus this, okay, minus of minus q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught natural log of d by r, which what we'll get after simplification, q by pi epsilon naught natural log of d by r volts. This is the potential difference between conductor A and conductor B, which is q divided by pi epsilon naught log of d by r volts. Okay, now let us take so the capacitance of the line can be calculated by C by QV. Okay, that is C is equal to Q by VAB, which is equal to Q divided by pi epsilon naught log d by r, which is equal to pi epsilon naught divided by log of d by r. Q get cancels. This goes to the numerator. Is equal to farad per meter. The above equation is for capacitance between two conductors. The capacitance for each conductor or phase to neutral, Cn, will be double of this value, that is 2.